Now, how far would you go to raise awareness of an illness that's affected you and your family? Well, one mum from Shropshire is in training to trek part of the Great Wall of China, 150 miles in 5 days.
How many?
150 miles in 5 days. Now, she's coming to the studio today, which is very appropriate because it is Purple Day and you are wearing purple, the International Day for Epilepsy Awareness. Ange Barre from Shrewsbury. Hello.
Hello.
Hi. So let's take you all the way back. When were you diagnosed with epilepsy?
I was diagnosed when I was 10 years old. It's quite a difficult thing to diagnose back then. Because there are 40 different types of seizures you can have. When I was younger, I only had like little absent seizures, so everyone thought I was being a bit dippy or...
Sure.
No one thought that it was epilepsy at the time. It took quite a while.
And so when did they actually find out eventually and stamp it with a name?
It was about 6 months to a year later. I had to keep on going to hospitals and down to Cheshire, different places. And
how does it affect you? I mean, how bad is the epilepsy?
The first time I was told about it, I burst into tears. But that's because it was the stigma around it at the time. I thought it was just something where you just, they call it a fit, and you'd fall on the floor. It's things you see on the TV. So I was terrified. But later on, when you actually know what it is, you then learn to grow with it, and it's not that at all.
And what is it then?
It's a neurological condition that affects the brain. It causes repeated seizures, or people also call them fits.
And it affects your memory to some degree, doesn't it?
It affects it majorly. It won't to all people, but to me it does.
And how many fits do you have, for example, a month?
Well, like I said, there's 40 different types. I have 3 different types where I have tonic-clonic seizures, which would be the normal seizures you would think of, where you'd fall on the floor, convulse, I'd be completely spaced out there. I also have little absent seizures. You wouldn't know as much, just little flickering of the eyes. Also my clonic seizures, where my body will tense up sometimes and do weird things.
But you're very open about it, and almost to reassure others, never mind yourself.
Yeah, well, that's one thing I've found to do in life is just, I think people get more scared of me if I don't tell them what it is. I'd rather speak about it, have a bit of a joke about it, and they don't seem as terrified of me.
And you're doing something quite incredible. I mean, walking 150 miles in 5 days. What insane moment did you come up with that?
I don't have a clue. I'll have to say that it's my husband as well who's coming with me. I don't think I'd be able to do it on my own. Steve's sometimes my carer after I have fits, and so he'll be coming with me to give me a lot of support.
So you're raising money into epilepsy, but also you're doing something with regard to your daughter. Tell me about Jessica.
A year ago, my daughter became very ill. We didn't realise what it was. When I went to the hospital when she was so ill, she actually stopped breathing in my arms. She then got taken in, and she did have a seizure at the time. I was very worried that maybe it was a genetic thing and maybe she had epilepsy too. But she was also being very sick, doing very strange things with her body. About a week later, they realised that it was encephalitis, which is a viral infection which makes the brain swell. This is the reason as well for the seizures she was having at the time.
So how is Jessica now?
She's absolutely amazing. She's
really
a hyperactive little girl.
And how old is she?
She's 2.5 now.
Brilliant. Okay, so some of the money is going to Alder, isn't it? And then some to the epilepsy. So has your training...
No, not to the epilepsy. It's going to Alder Hospital and the Royal Shrewsbury Hospital, who both helped her. But the Royal Shrewsbury Hospital has also helped me with my epilepsy.
Fantastic. Have you got a target?
Of money?
Yeah.
Well, we need £5,000 in sponsorship, first of all, to go there. We haven't managed so far to get any of that, so I'm a bit worried. It's really tough. But we're hoping that more people will hear about it.
Fantastic. So when are you planning to go, and what will it entail? Because I've heard about this vertical climb.
Yes, that's quite worrying for me. It will be done in April the 25th next year. I'm not, and nor is my husband. We aren't really healthy people. We're not people who go walking much. So we've got to do a lot of training before we go.
Wow. How can we donate? How can we find out more and stick some pennies in a pot?
We have a Facebook site where you can go on there. It's called Ange and Steve's Great Wall of China Charity Trek. You can go on there, have a look in more detail, more information on there. We also have a Virgin Money giving site where you can donate through there.
Fantastic.
Information of that is also on the Facebook site.
This is brilliant. Well, I wish you all the best with the training. Lots of love to your husband and to Jessica as well.
Thank you.
Keep us posted, and maybe we'll be able to speak to you from China or something. That would be brilliant.
Thank you.
So to find out more about Angelica, the Facebook group is Ange and Steve's Great Wall of China Charity Trek. Go and do what you do.